Magandang araw mga ka-eskolarya. Ako nga pala si Aaron G. Santiago at ito ang inyong CIS News Tips. Nagmumula sa HSMP1, ang ating extravagant, unusual, and creative views ay ina-report ang aming bagong subject mula sa pre-calculus na conic sections. Ang conic section ay intersection sa dalawang cone na maaaring maging circle, parabola, ellipse, at hyperbola. Ngayon, ay ipapakita naman natin ang ating research na kumakala. Ngayon, andyan ka ba, partner Ariana?
Circle, parang huli siyang bubilog ng utak ng tao ng bayan, siya daw ay set of all points in a plane with a distance specific point is called center. According to center, the general equation is x squared by squared plus 6x plus dy plus e. According to the source, the standard equation is a minus x squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. According to my source, the problem is 1 c equals to 3 comma negative 1 r equals negative 1. First I'll do is x minus 3 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals negative 1. The explanation to this is x minus 3. I substitute h equals to 3 and k equals to positive 1 because negative 1 and negative and negative 1 combination is positive 1. And 1 is transposed to the other side, so it becomes negative 1. Next is combine the possible equations or combine all equations that can be added. X squared plus 6x plus 9 parenthesis plus y squared plus 2y plus 2 equals y squared x squared minus y squared negative 6x plus 2y plus 12 equals 0. And the other problem is from that source is x squared plus y squared plus negative 2x negative 15 equals to 0. First I'll do is fill in the blanks. X squared plus 2x plus blank plus y squared, because y squared have no other terms of integers. It means it's 0, and the 15 will transpose to the other side equals positive 15. So the next step is find the missing blank. X squared minus 2x plus 2 plus y squared minus 0. Y squared minus 0 squared equals to negative 15 plus 10 equals to 25. Next is factor x minus 1 close parenthesis squared plus y minus 0 close parenthesis squared is equals to 25. So that this is the standard equation. So let's find the center and the radius. Center is 1 because the h is equals to 1 and 0 because y has no other integers given in this problem, and r equals 25 because I added the other side to become 25. Back to you, Kimberly.
Mukhang malilate sa ating news beat si Miss Kimberly, kaya ako muna ang magpapakita ngayon na susunod na ang report. Ito ay ang hot news mula sa Parabola by Hannah.
Thank you, Mr. Santiago. So this is the parabolic weather for today. Makikita natin na may papapasok na bagyo sa Philippine Area of Responsibility at tatawagin itong bagyong y squared minus 16x minus 4y plus 20 is equal to 0. Para makita kung saan maglalandfall ang bagyo ay kailangan natin makuha ang vertex ng equation. Kalakip nito ay ang focus area na kung saan dadaan ang bagyo patungo sa direksyon nito o ang axis nito. So given the general form of the equation, we're going to solve for each standard equation and its properties. The axis, the vertices, or the highest or the lowest point of the parabola, the fixed point or focus, the directrix, the fixed line that is perpendicular to the axis of symmetry of the parabola, and the latus rectum, a line segment that passes through the focus and parallel to the directrix. There are two equations for the standard form. For the vertical parabola, we'll be using the quantity of x minus h squared is equal to 4p multiplied to the quantity of y minus k. And for the horizontal, we'll be using the quantity of y minus k squared is equal to 4p multiplied to the quantity of x minus h. Given the equation y squared minus 16x minus 4y plus 20 is equal to 0, solving for the standard equation, we're going to determine first the direction of the typhoon or the axis of the parabola. As you can see here, the x variable is not squared, so we can determine now that the axis is horizontal. Since it is horizontal, the standard equation we're going to use is the quantity of y minus k squared is equal to 4p multiplied to the quantity of x minus h. First, we're going to group the variables, so y squared minus 4y, then leave it blank. Then transpose the x variables in the last term, so it will be positive 16x minus 20. Next is, let's fill in the blank. So to get the last term, divide it by 2, then square. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, then square, and we got 4 as the last term. Then add it on the right side. Next is we're going to factor the trinomial and evaluate the right side. So it will be the quantity of y minus 2 squared is equal to 16x minus 16. Then factor out the right side so we can get the quantity of y minus 2 squared is equal to 16 multiplied to the quantity of x minus 1. Now we get the standard form of the equation. The vertex will be positive 1, comma, positive 2. The latus rectum will be 16, and this will also determine the opening of the parabola. If it is positive, then the opening is right, and if it's negative, then the opening is left. Then to solve for focus, the equation based on its properties is focus h plus p, comma, k. Remember that the value of p is from the latus rectum divided by 4, the constant term, then p will be 4. So h is the x term of the vertex is equal to 1 plus p, which is equal to 4. Then we got focus, that is 5, comma 2. Lastly, solving for directrix based on its properties, it will be x is equal to h minus p. So x is equal to 1 minus 4, so x will be negative 3. Then that's it. We can now conclude that the typhoon will landfall on the point vertex 1, 2, and it will pass through the focus 5, 2 to the right horizontally. On the other hand, if the given are the properties, we will be solving for the general equation. For example, the vertex is at origin, latus rectum is 20, then it opens to the left. From its opening, we can say that the axis is horizontal, So we'll be using the quantity of y minus k squared is equal to 4p multiplied to the quantity of x minus h. So first, we're going to find the h, k, and p. H and k will be determined by the vertex. So since it is at origin, we can say that both h and k is equal to 0. Then to solve for p, given by the latus rectum 20, will be divided by the constant term 4, so p is equal to 5. Now we're going to fill in the h and k on the standard form. So it will be the quantity of y minus 0 squared is equal to 4 times 5 multiplied to the quantity of x minus 0. Then we're going to evaluate the p. So it will be the quantity of y minus 0 squared is equal to 20 multiplied to the quantity of x minus 0 as a standard equation. Since the vertices is at origin, to evaluate, so it will be y squared is equal to 20 multiplied to the quantity of x minus 0. And evaluate the right side, so 20 times x will be 20x and 20 times 0 is 0. So we can get y squared is equal to 20x. Next is transpose 20x to the left side, so we can get y squared minus 20x is equal to 0 as our general form. Then, another typhoon is found out. Back to you, Mr. Santiago.
Mukhang ang ating bagyong y squared minus 16x minus 4y plus 20 equals 0 ay naapektuhan ang buong Manila. Malakas ito at mukhang maraming taong masasaktan kung hindi sila mag-stay sa kanilang mga pamamahay. Magbabalik sa aking partner na si Kimberly.
Yes, tama ka dyan, partner AJ. So ngayon naman ay papag-usapan natin ang typhoon ellipse. Ano nga ba ang typhoon ellipse at ano ang mga karakteristik nito? An typhoon ellipse is a set of points on a plane, creating an oval curve shape such the sum of the distance from any point on the curve to two fixed points, which is the foci, is a constant always the same. An ellipse is a basically circle that has been squished either horizontally and vertically. Perfect example for this is 9x squared plus 25y squared minus 36x plus 150x plus 36 is equals to 0. So first, yung gagamitin nating method is yung shortcut para hindi siya ganun ka-complicated, hindi siya mahaba, and mas madali natin siyang masasagutan when in time. So yung una nating gagawin is papagsamahin natin yung x term, which is in 36x and 9. So, gagawin natin is i-distribute natin siya. Magiging 9 parenthesis x minus 2 squared. Paano naging x minus 2? So, una, i-divide natin yung negative 36 and 9, which is 4, and divided by 2. So, magiging negative 2. Ganun din yung gagawin natin sa y term, which is magiging 25 parenthesis y plus 3 is equals to squared. So, paano naging y plus 3? Yung ginawa lang natin dito is, dinivide natin yung 150 and 25, naging 6 and divided by 2. So, naging 25y plus 3 squared. Tapos, yung negative, yung positive 36, ilalabas natin siya para maging negative 36. Yung mga nasa labas is magiging negative 36 plus 225 plus 36. Paano nakuha yung 225 and 36? So, yung gagawin natin dito is, una muna natin isa-solve yung sa x term, which is yung 2. So, magiging 2 times 2 is equals 2 times 2 times 9. So, magiging 36. Then, yung sa 3 naman is 3 times 3 times 25. So, magiging 225. So, i-divide natin sa sarili niya para maging 1. So, 225, i-divide natin din siya sa 9 and 25, yung sa ating x and y. So, ang magiging ano natin ay ito. X minus 2 squared over 25 plus y plus 3 squared over 9 is equals to 1. So, ang next natin na kukunin is yung mga properties niya. So, una natin gagawin is yung center, which is positive 2 and negative 3. Next na kukunin natin yung axis, which is horizontal. Why naging horizontal? Because horizontal in ellipse will always be A greater than B. So, 25 greater than 9. Okay. So, next, we're going to find the foci. The formula that we're going to use here is horizontal. So, H plus minus C and K. So, una muna natin gagawin dito is kukunin natin yung C squared, which is A squared minus B squared. So, magiging 25 minus 9, 16. And square root ng 16 is 4. So, ang mangyayari is 2 plus 4, 2 plus minus 4, and equals to negative 3. So, ang answer natin dito ay ito. Ang next natin na kunin ay yung vertex natin. Ang gagamitin nating formula in horizontal is H plus A, K. So, ang mangyayari dito is 2 plus minus 5 and negative 3. So, ito yung answer natin. In co-vertex naman, I forgot. In vertex, we're going to square root the A so that we can solve it. In CV naman, which is co-vertex, we're also going to do the square root in B naman. So, ang gagamitin natin ditong formula is H plus K. K plus minus B. So, ang mangyayari dito is 2, negative 3 plus minus 3. So, ito yung answer. And our major axis is 10 and minor axis is 6. Diba, partner AJ? Back to you.
Tama ka dyan, partner Kimberly. At ngayon naman ang ating special report mula sa hot celebrity na hyperbola. Ang hyperbola ay conic section formed by intersecting a right circular cone with a plane. Ayun ang kanyang famous movie mula sa angle that halves of the cone are intersected. Ito naman ang isa sa mga famous clips niya.